Hi, Ola. Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press in Toronto. Welcome to the club. How are you?
I'm good, settling now, so everything's been good.
I would imagine it's been a bit of a whirlwind recently. Can you tell us what it's been like getting here and what convinced you to come to Toronto, join Toronto?
It's been a couple of chaotic days with all the traveling, delayed flights, but finally I'm here. I'm really happy. Toronto has been I've been talking with them for quite a while. It's been some negotiations for a couple of months, maybe. And I've always been intrigued by the team, by MLS, what's happening over here. So that made me really intrigued to get here. And also Toronto is a big club in the MLS, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
We'll go next to John Molinaro.
Thanks, Nicole. Hi, Ola. John here. Welcome to Toronto and welcome to Canada. Um, you mentioned that you had been talking to the club for quite a number of months. During that time, did you speak to any sort of players that you knew in MLS? What maybe it was Sigurd Rosted about coming to the league, coming to Toronto, and what you might expect coming here to MLS?
Yeah, when it started to get close with the negotiations, I talked a bit with Wingo. We played together in Molde for about 5 years ago. So I had some chats with him, and he told me about the team, about the city. So that made it, of course, a bit easier to choose Toronto. And I've also talked to Birk Risa, a former teammate that plays in New York, about the league. So I've heard a lot of great stuff about the league, about Toronto. So that made it much easier.
Thank you.
We'll go next to James Grossi.
Thanks, Nicole. Hello, Ola. How do you see the game? What kind of forward are you? From the videos I saw, there was a good mix of some one touch finishing and the ability to create space for your own opportunities.
Uh, I will say that I'm pretty all around type of player. I can go in behind, I can link up. I enjoy playing with the feet and the ball. I don't see myself having so many weaknesses in the game. If the ball comes along, I will fight with the defenders. But of course, I enjoy most to get in behind, to have good players behind me that can put me in behind, creating goal scoring opportunities and hopefully score some goals.
We'll go back to Neil.
Yes, I was just wondering, what has been, how much action have you seen recently? Have you played? I'm sorry, my knowledge of the Scandinavian schedule is not as good as it should be. Have you played many games recently?
Um, Not this year. The last game I played was in December. And I went back to Midtjylland and I was in their preseason. And of course, they started uh, really early with the official games, which I couldn't be a part of in Europe because I played for another team in Europe. So I haven't really played so much games, but I feel like I'm in good shape. I've been training well. I have good numbers, so they're probably gonna adapt me in the beginning, but I don't think it's gonna take a lot of time till I'm fit.
And I'm wondering, will it be just yourself over here? Do you have a family that'll be coming with you, or just yourself?
It will be just myself in the beginning, and then we'll see.
Okay, thank you.
We'll go back to John.
Thanks, Nicole. Ola, maybe you could talk about your time in Denmark, as brief as it was. I mean, how would you characterize your time there? And I mean, why? It seemed like you had a pretty good thing at Midtjylland. Why leave when you seem to be in a rich vein of form there?
Yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed playing there, but the playing style wouldn't fit me as well. Pretty they base their games on like a lot of set pieces and stuff like that. And you would say, yeah, I played a lot, but I didn't get like the flow, the rhythm that I really wanted to really show what I'm good for. That's why also I went to Molde for 6 months, and once I get that flow, I guess I show what I'm good for, and I guess it wasn't really a fit, even though we won the championship, even though I played a lot of games. For me, I think I would like to play more of another type of football. So that was pretty much the why I chose to leave.
And if a follow-up, if I may, I have to say your English is excellent. I mean, how did you learn the language, if you don't mind me asking?
In Norway, you learn it from second grade until you graduate. So uh, thank you, obviously. But yeah, I had it in school since I was a little kid.
We'll go to James next.
Thanks again, Nicole. Ola, probably better than my English, to be honest. When were you able to join up with the group in Florida? And, it's always nice to have a familiar face like you do in Henry, but what's been your early impression of the group that season opener is coming up pretty quick for you?
Now the squad and the staff and everybody around has welcomed me and taking good care of me. So I really appreciate it. It looks like a really good group, a lot of good guys, and the staff as well. So I'm really happy to get to know them more, and I think it looks good for the season to start now on Saturday.
We'll go back to Neil.
I have a couple of rapid fire questions for you, if I may. One, had you been to Canada before you joined the club?
No, never.
And have you chosen have you got a number with Toronto?
Yeah, chosen the number 9.
Well, that's a good number. Thank you.
We'll go to John.
Thanks, Ola. I'm just wondering, if you had any sort of prior relationship with Sigurd Rosted, the other sort of Norwegian international on the team.
Um, uh, as we haven't really spoke much before. We're familiar with each other, but never. We're not from exactly the same place, but we got common friends, and so I texted him right before I came here. But it was easy to get to know him. He's a good guy, so he is taking well care of me.
And a follow-up, if I may, I just wanted to ask what you think, this move to MLS could possibly mean for your national team career. Do you see this as being a positive or being a negative? Sometimes when Europeans come here, they see their national team careers suffer. I wonder if you think that's the case.
Uh, I hope not. I mean, as I look myself, I'm still young, and with the progression the MLS has had last years, you can see that also clubs from big leagues look at MLS. So also, I'm not coming here to settle down to retire. I'm coming here to show what I'm good for, and hopefully I can get back at the national team later on. So we just have to see, but I will show what I'm good for.
Thank you.
There's no final questions. You're all done here. Oh, we'll go back to Neil for one last question.
Sorry, just one question, and I'm not sure we'll be able to reproduce the answer, but could you just give us the proper pronunciation of your name?
Yeah, in Norway you say Ola Brynhildsen, but abroad you can say just Ola, like the Spanish.
Okay, thank you.